Welcome aboard, virtual passengers. This is your Captain Keller speaking. Today we're going to do a flight EasyJet from Manchester to Malta. The flight itself will be just under 4 hours and was pretty much uneventful until the landing. Unfortunately I had to do a go-around which I've never done before, so it's not the most perfect of go-arounds. But overall the flight itself was not too bad, and we did get the plane on the ground in the end, and everybody walked away from it. So any landing you walk away from is always a good landing. So please sit back and enjoy the video. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Welcome to the flight planning stage of the flight. So first thing we're going to do is have a look at Sim Toolkit Pro and have a look at the winds that we're expecting today. So we're flying out from Manchester, and Manchester is currently having a southerly wind, and we're flying to Malta, which has currently got a northwest wind. So we want a southerly takeoff and a northern runway for landing. So let's go and have a look at SimBrief and see what flights we come up with. Right, so flight details for today. We are easy flight 19907. We are flying out today from EGCC. And we're flying into LMML. We are not flying in a Cessna today, we are flying in the A320. And we've got a cruise profile for EasyJet of 12, or cost index, sorry, of 12. And we want a runway that's as southerly as possible for takeoff, so that's fine. And we want a runway northerly as possible for landing, which is fine, so that's all good. So what we're going to do is generate the flight, and then we'll have a look at the details. Okay, so as you can see there, we've got quite a lot of routing here. We're going out on the San B1 Yankee departure, and hopefully coming in on the from Gozo direct. So I'll have to see if there's any ILS or anything at the runway. Cost index of 12, 1,342 miles travelled. Average wind is from 252, so it's going to be a tailwind at 45 knots. And we need just short of 8,000 pounds, or sorry, 8,000 kilos of takeoff fuel. Passenger numbers, we'll have a look at those in just a minute, but the expected flight time today is 3 hours and 25 minutes with a block time of 3 3/4 hours. 130 passengers, zero fuel weight of 56 tons, takeoff weight of 64 tons. So let's get into the cockpit and get the plane set up. Welcome to Manchester Airport. As you can see, we've got an Alitalia next to us, so I'm guessing there's somebody on IVAO that's going to be using the network today, so that's quite good. But apart from that, there's no real other traffic around. I picked a relatively easy parking space at parking number 54, stand number 54. So what we're going to do now is go ahead, start the boarding process and get ready to go. So first thing we need to do is turn on external power. Turn on the 2 batteries, the crew oxygen supply, and let's start getting the plane to align itself. Okay, excellent. So what we'll do is just turn these displays up. Don't know how sunny it's going to be on the flight. There is a lot of rain, by the way, so I can't guarantee what the views are going to be like when we're flying. And there is an ILS for Malta. I've just got to work out how to get onto it because there's no standard approaches, so that's going to make life a little bit interesting. Okay, right, let's get GSX up. Let's start getting the passengers boarded. So let's get the jetway in. and start the boarding. I'm hoping I've sorted out the sound this time and we'll be able to hear the people talking to us. Okay, alright, so let's start getting the plane ready to go, shall we? So, arm emergency lights. What's going on there? Why can't I? Arm emergency lights. No smoking lights to on. Leave the seatbelt signs off for the minute. Okay, right. Turn on the iPad.
Do you want to board crew?
We'll just board the crew. We don't need to board the pilots because we're on already.
Starting.
So, turn the nav lights on. Tells them it's a live plane. Turn on the tablet and import the flight plan. Done. And then what we're going to do is go to the fuel. So as I said in the last video, I'm not going to be using the fuel from not going to use the fuel from GSX because it's a nightmare. So fuel, we want how much fuel do we need? Let's bring up the sim brief plan. So block fuel today is 8218. While we're here, we might as well make a note of the payload details because I'm going to need that. So, number of passengers.
Your crew has boarded. Passengers boarding starting.
130. And then we've got cargo of 2.6. Gives us we need a zero fuel weight of 56. We'll just add 500 onto here. And centre of gravity is 24.6. 24.6. And the zero fuel weight is 56. Okay, because I'm going to need that. Excellent. Oh, got rid of my coffee cup. Hopefully we'll start to... Yep, here come the passengers. So that's handy. Check the airback cycle is fine, which it is. Clear that warning. Go into init. So we're doing EGCC to LMML. The line where we are now. Yeah. Flight number is EZ 19997. Cost index is 12. And the cruising altitude is quite low at 230,000 feet. Interesting. Sorry, 23,000 feet even. Zero fuel weight is 56 tons. And the centre of gravity is 24.6. Block fuel today. $8218. $8.218. Done. Brilliant. Next, we are going to get a weather request. Let's see. AOC menu. Weather request. Send that. While we're waiting for that to come through, might as well start to do the flight plan. oh, here it is, it's already here. So, receive messages. There's the meta. Print that. Might as well set the QNH while I'm here, which is 988. Very low pressure over Manchester today. Brilliant. Okie dokie. Right, so now we're going to go and put the flight plan in. So rather than you sit and watch me put the whole flight plan in, I'll catch you when the flight plan has been completed. Okay, so the flight plan's been entered, so I'm just going to confirm on here that everything is all okay. So put that to 20. I haven't put in the departure procedures yet, but if we have a look at Sandbar, just making sure that there's nothing out of the ordinary, everything's pretty much a straight line. Yep, good, okay. Okay, dokie. So let me just bring up my Sim Toolkit Pro map just so you can see where we're going. So as you can see, taking off from Manchester, flying in a southeasterly direction over London, leave the UK, then we're going to be flying over France and Paris before dropping down, crossing Monaco, and then it'll pretty much be a sea trip all the way to Gozo, which is that island there. And then we're going to get on to the ILS to get to Valletta, to land in Valletta in Malta. So, as I say, it's going to be an interesting process. So let's finish setting up the aircraft. Okay, so we put all of that in. Right, so let's put in our departure. So our departure today is on the Sandbar 1 Yankee departure. So I'll put that in now. So we're taking off from runway 23 left on the Sandbar 1 Yankee departure. We're not transitioning from any transitions, so that's fine. So that's all in there. Just make sure that doesn't look too bad. No, it looks good. Make sure there's no other discontinuities in there. Good. Quickly scan all the way through. Clear that one as well. Okay, I'll sort out the approach and everything when we're up in the air and at cruise about an hour out from the runway. So what we're going to do now is calculate the takeoff trims. So let's go through and get all of that put in now. So calculator, we are flying the A320. Our gross weight today is, crikey, what was our gross weight? Gross takeoff weight, 64 tons. 64,000 kilos. Center of gravity is 24.6. We're going with flaps, one stage of flaps, no anti-ice, no packs. We're flying out from EGCC. And we're taking off from runway 23 left. And temperature 6, yep, so let's calculate that and put all of that in. So in performance, we have got a V1 of 145, rotate speed of 145, V2 speed of 150. I'll sort the transition altitude out in a minute. The runway is 200 feet above sea level, so that now needs to be 1200 on the acceleration, reduction of thrust. And we've got flaps 1 up 0.8. And we've got a temperature flex of 68. And transition altitude for Manchester is 5,000. Okay, that's that done. So hopefully now, let's turn on the flight directors on. We should have finished fueling. Yeah, so I can now turn on the fuel pumps and the seatbelt signs. So seatbelts go on. All 6 fuel pumps go on. Might as well start up the APU. Wait for the APU to become available. Looks like all the passengers are boarded, so let's get the jetway taken away. Boarding has been completed, so let's get rid of the jetway. And let's prep the pushback. So I need to be pushing back. Let's have a look at my charts here. I need to be pushing back nose left. Let's prepare for pushback. See if it needs me to do anything. Nope. Okay, right, so it doesn't sound like the sound has got any better. For whatever reason it's not happening, so I'll have to do some more research on that. Turn the APU bleed on, external power off. Start engine 2. Turn on the beacon light. Wait for engine 2 to start, and then once engine 2 started, number 1, and do the flight control tests at the same time. Turn the TCAS on to transmit and receive, and turn my squawk on to auto. N1 is coming up nicely. Start the elapsed timer. Engine 1 available, engine 2 available, engine 1 start. While that's firing up, we'll do a flight control test. Full right, full left, up, down, rudder left, rudder right. I do need to sort that out because I've got the thing around the wrong way. Speed brake fully deployed, flaps fully deployed. Speed brake check. Flaps. Check. So flaps 1. Predictive wind shear on. Lock the door. turn on my taxi. No, I'll wait till I've given them the clear to go away, which as soon as this says available I will do. Available. Confirm good engine start. Parking brakes set. Okay, right, so what we need to do now is do our pre-takeoff checklist. So max auto brakes, let's ding the cabin, tell them that we're about to go. Takeoff config check is normal, and with that we're all done. Pitch, rudder 0.8 up. Let's do the lights. So takeoff on the nose, takeoff lights can go off, landing lights on, strobe on. Okay, let's let everybody know that we're going. Manchester traffic, this is Easy 19907 departing runway 23 left. Parking brakes off, here we go. We're going to take off from here and head off pretty much immediately off to the right. Nicely lined up. Straight down the runway. Thrust 40. Stable, brakes off, take off. Slight forward pressure, speed taper low, 60 knots. 80 knots, 100 knots, 120, not right, left rudder here, 140 knot, V1, rotate, positive climb, gear up, feet, throttle to climb, autopilot on, move and climb. Off we go. off we go to Malta. Okay guys, leave you here. Hope you enjoy the cruise. I'll speak to you again when we start our descent. Welcome back, I hope you enjoyed the cruise. Now we're just going to brief the descent. So I've already set up various things such as the descent itself and the way to pick up the ILS. So if I just go through that with you now. So bring up the Navigraph. Okay, so we're going to be coming in via the TVOR waypoint, at which I need to be at 3,000 feet and a maximum of 230 knots. Based on the IMS information we've got, so QNH is 1023. The temperature is 18 degrees. Oh, it's nice and warm over there. I've already put the minimums in, 431 feet on the barometric, and the wind is 350 at 7 knots, so it's going to be headwind from the right at 07 knots. So that's now all input. So what we're going to do now is just wait till we hit that little circle that's just come in, so about 320 miles away, and then once we've done that, we'll start the descent. So I will talk to you again when we reach the TVOR waypoint. Welcome back. We're now making almost the final turn. We're just getting ready to catch on to the ILS and the localizer. We're down at 3,000 feet, 230 knots, flaps 1. So I'll be decelerating again shortly to flaps 2 and then flaps 3 as we turn on to final approach. 1000 continue, 1000 above. Autopilot off, I have control. Wind is coming, basically a flat head. Go to the left a little bit. 500. Check. Hundred above. Minimum continue. And a bit of rudder to get me in. 100, this is not going to be good. Toga, go around. Gear up, positive climb, gear up. Flaps up one stage. Did not like that at all. Climb power, flaps up. Let's sort this go around out. Localizer locked up. Approach phase on. Versus set. Well, somehow managed to save a landing out of that one. Let's come off F. Wasn't a great landing, but there we go. Malta traffic, this is easy 19907, vacated runway 31. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the flight. Apologies with regards to the go around. It wasn't a very good go around, but we got the plane on the deck in the end, didn't we? Hope you enjoyed that. Take care.